Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Follow me to Genoa today as I try a true Italian classic, pesto alla genovese. As the word pesto refers to the ingredients being crushed into a sauce or condiment, you will find quite a few different pesto dishes in Italy that use the same technique. But there's no denying that the Genoese version is the most popular of them all. I'm sure most of you have already tried pesto at least once, but today I've decided to prepare the traditional dish with potatoes and green beans. First though, the basil. If you buy a nice little plant like this one, you can pluck the leaves you're going to use and leave some on. With very little care, you should be able to get new leaves in a couple of weeks. So after I washed about 35 grams of basil, I lay it out on a clean cloth and I use it to gently dry out the leaves. I set aside the basil and I grate 30 grams of parmesan cheese and 20 grams of pecorino. Time to prepare the pesto. Traditionally, mortar and pestle would be used, but this set is too small for the job, and well, a food processor or a chopper like this one are an easier and faster option. So I throw in 20 grams of pine nuts, 2 cloves of garlic, you can reduce them to 1 if you prefer, then the basil, after setting aside a couple of leaves to decorate the dish. Then the grated cheese, 40 grams of olive oil, and a pinch of salt. Of course, you can reduce the blending time if you prefer a chunkier pesto. And now, I diced 100 grams of potatoes. Interestingly, potatoes were part of the original recipe because they were cheaper than pasta, and let me say, this is so quintessential to many traditional Italian dishes, created to make the best use of very simple ingredients. I also chopped 50 grams of green beans. Believe it or not, while I've had pesto hundreds of times before, never ever tried it with potatoes and green beans. All that's left to do now is to bring a pot of salted water to a boil and throw in 160 grams of linguine, which is virtually the same as trenette from the original recipe. If you can't find them, spaghetti is obviously the next best thing. Otherwise, trofie, another type of pasta, ideally homemade. As soon as the water starts boiling again, I add green beans and potatoes. In the meantime, I transfer the pesto sauce to a bowl and I add a little of the pasta cooking water. About 10 minutes and pasta and vegetables are ready, so I drain them and I throw them right in. Remember never to mix your pasta with pesto on the hob, as you don't want to cook the pesto. Let's add some basil leaves on top, and this triumph of green shades is ready to enjoy. Fantastic, I love pesto. Potatoes and green beans add a nice texture change, and overall this version has a more delicate flavor to it. But even without them, give this a try, instead of buying a jar of ready-made pesto. Trust me, it's very easy to make, and it's just so much better. Have you ever made pesto? Ever tried this version? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. So, where are we going next?